Oh, welcome back. We have with us in the
Ken Mofield and Marsha Carter are here.
And if Marsha's here, we know it's about the North Arkansas Regional Medical Center.
Exactly.
Always.
Well,
sure. And
you wouldn't represent anything else, would you?
no, never.
Okay.
You have on your badge, it says sleep, which is a dead giveaway
He's a
about
hypnotist. Sleep.
something with this PAP NAP. So why don't you go ahead and explain what PAP NAP is?
Okay, the PAP NAP is a procedure we're doing at the hospital to help patients acclimate to their CPAP therapy. There's
Which is?
For the sleep apnea, it's a CPAP mask, which means positive airway pressure. It's to open up the airways to treat the sleep apnea.
Does that mean people stop breathing when they at night? So then this device forces or gives more pressure than
it forces the airway open.
Okay.
Yes. But the PAP NAP is designed to help the people that are having problems with that treatment at home. It's kind of to provide better follow-up care, to help them come back to the sleep lab and try some different masks, try some different things to help them to use the mask. We'll come in and educate them and kind of tell them exactly what sleep apnea is, what's going on, exactly what the mask does, and then we'll try all these different masks, and they'll sleep maybe an hour or two, spend 2 to 4 hours total with those, mostly education type things.
They go to sleep on demand?
No.
I mean, I did kind of wonder that when you said for an hour or two.
You may not even sleep at all. The whole purpose of this is just some acclimation to get them used to the mask and to be able to wear it.
people go for years not know that they have some kind of sleep apnea, right?
Right.
And they have to be educated to I guess, to determine that they do or not, or do they come in and say, I need help?
A lot of times it's just the doctor recognizes certain things.
Okay.
But like you said, some people snore and things. They just don't think much of it. It's more of an inconvenience to them, and they think, well, it doesn't bother me any, so I'm not going to come in and have anything done about it. Usually it's more serious.
Is it something that comes and goes, or is it, I mean, once you've got apnea, you kind of have it, or?
Once you have apnea, you kind of have it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no pill to take.
No, pills are bad.
Well, you've mentioned some of the signs of what sleep apnea are.
Well, some of the symptoms, the number one is obviously the snoring. That does not always mean you have sleep apnea, but it's a very good indicator. Daytime sleepiness, excessive sleepiness. We all get somewhat tired throughout the middle of the day. But, if you're falling asleep,
your body's
always
saying, look, I need some sleep, and if I can't get it tonight, I'm going to get it where I'm comfortable, like at work.
Oh, then there's daytime sleepiness, depression, waking up with a dry mouth. Morning headaches are usually a real good sign because of the lack of oxygen.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Got a headache.
I've had a headache for a couple of weeks.
Some of this
Nurse, you should know.
What are some of, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, what are some of the risk factors that are associated with this?
There's all kinds. High blood pressure, diabetes, weight gain. All of these things will progress later too. If it's not treated, sleep apnea is one of those things that kind of just gets worse and worse if it goes untreated. It often leads to type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure.
It leads to that?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow.
That's a weird symptom. Wait, what?
It increases the blood glucose levels.
Okay, so it doesn't cycle out the glucose that's in your system. It just kind of lays there. So it needs oxygen to work with. Okay, I understand that. Is it more prevalent in older people or overweight people, or does it not? Okay,
it is
so
more
that's
prevalent in older people. But
okay.
Yes, overweight.
Now I've heard of operations where they go in there and take skin out of take tissue out, but that's not part of this therapy. This is just to live and maintain better health while you're trying to sleep.
Correct. This is CPAP therapy specifically. The surgery you're talking about is where they go in with the laser and remove some of the tissue from the back of the throat, which has about a 50% success rate.
So it does help some.
It can, yeah.
Okay.
But this is non-invasive.
This is a non-invasive treatment, yes.
Okay.
Now you have a lot of health fairs, Marcia, and do you look for I guess participants in this, or do you take a test or something, or how do you?
Yes, exactly. Ken is usually at those health fairs representing the respiratory therapy department, and we have a quiz that you sit down with him, answer the questions, and he usually has some type of mask there that you can look at, and he can determine whether or not you need to ask your doctor if that's a possibility that you may have it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And do you have a sleep lab? I know. And
Yes,
is that part of your,
That's where this
your
is all
department?
going to
Okay.
be done.
So people come and they sleep overnight?
For the sleep study, yes.
Okay.
This is a whole different thing altogether.
Yeah.
This is just kind of a follow-up treatment after you've already been through and had your
Mm-hmm.
sleep study. And this is for, the people that are not having an easy time with
Yeah.
doing the therapy.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's more of a home-like setting. It's not your typical room. You've
Oh,
got-
okay.
So can it be reversed through this? I mean, you go through the sleep study and see, and people aren't adjusting well, but with the sleep study, can the whole thing be reversed? Can people be cured from sleep apnea then?
They say sleep apnea, you're never completely cured from it, but we've had a lot of people that have lost a lot of weight. The pressures that they need will drop significantly.
Yeah.
Just over the past few months, I've spoken to a few people that have lost 20, 30 pounds. One guy has lost, I think, 160 pounds in less than a year since he started CPAP. And that's because of the restored energy that you have.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that maybe a different position, like kind of like a raised head would help with that some.
That does help it. Sometimes the doctors recommend sleeping on the side. Because if you're directly on your back, the soft tissue in your throat
Right, falls
block
back,
it.
yeah.
But if you're laying on your
Yeah.
side, it can kind of move.
Yeah.
Move
Could
off
you get
to the
down and
side.
demonstrate for us how to lay?
Absolutely, sure. I need a pillow and a blanket, please.
Probably wouldn't take
So-
much to go to sleep, would it?
No, it would not.
Usually the doctor refers, or can people just call you up and say, hey, I'm having this problem, what do I do?
You have to have a doctor's order
Okay.
for it. They're not charging for it. Like I said, it's just some follow-up care, but you do have to see the doctor, or you can contact Sherry in our respiratory department, and she'll kind of point you in the right direction
Okay.
to come in and
Okay.
have this done.
All right.
Okay. Very interesting.
All right. Any fairs coming up where people could
We're going to be
take
at
that
the
test, or-
Business Expo on
Okay,
April
okay.
the 6th.
Yeah,
So
good.
that's exciting.
That's
and
the
it's
next
just,
one.
Yeah, one-day event on a Saturday.
And that's not the only test they do. They
No.
do several, don't
yeah,
they?
blood pressure, height, weight, glucose, cholesterol, body composition,
Grip, strength.
grip strength, right?
Don't they do BMI or do they?
They do BMI. They sure do.
Yep. And we'll see you then.
Yes, we'll see
Will
you
you
then.
be there too?
We'll be there.
Well, we
All
encourage
right,
people
great.
that watch the show to go up and ask for Ken. Tell him you saw on the show, and if you'd like to take that test, he'd be glad to
Hook you up.
hook you up with that test.
bet.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Always
Thank you.
there's a lot of
Thank
good
you.
stuff going on at the hospital. We appreciate you every time you come by. Thanks so much for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, up next, Billy Lewis. And he's going to be talking about Freedom of Information Act and an organization, Transparency in Government, TIGG. We'll talk to him in just a few minutes. Stay with us.